everybody out there. So lovely to see you all back. We are on next session on about debating. Yesterday we had our first session on debating and it was wonderful, isn't it? So let me first welcome you all. A very warm welcome to all of you who have been joining us on our second session on debating. And I hope you all are keeping safe and sound from wherever you're joining. So yes, so yesterday we were talking about debating. We learned what debating is and some basic terminologies, right? And I hope you all have shared the exact thing what we learned yesterday with your parents, with your siblings, with your friends, as I told you, to make that learning yours. So today we are going to look deeper on debate. The subject today that we're going to explore is researching for your debate, right? So if you want to prepare a debate, if you want to participate in a debate, how are you going to prepare your notes and how you're going to present your points? That's what we're going to look today, right? So researching for your debate. So let's get started, right? So first thing is to look at the overview, how the things are stacked for us for today's session. So let's look at that. So today's special, as we always start with a beautiful quote. So we kickstart the day with a beautiful quote, and then we have this or that, a fun time, as I explained yesterday, and then we have learnings for today. And today it is about research, everything that we need to know about going ahead and getting all the tiny details required for presenting a topic. So, what is research? Why is research important? How to do research, right? All these things we're going to cover today. So, we have quiz fills, yes, and then we have practice round, without which I don't think our learning is complete, as I tell you. And when we have what we learned so far, again a reflection time to understand how much we have understood in the whole session. And then there's a recommendation for the day. Probably I'm going to recommend a book which we can read to get more details about research topic. Okay, so that's how things are stacked up for us. And let's get started. So today's quote is something like this: success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. Beautiful quote, right? So, you know what I do actually, every time I really feel low, or like, I feel that there's no energy for me to do something, I just go and look into some of these beautiful quotes, and that is like some, superpower, like instant energy pills or instant motivational pills for me. And it just brings me back all that energy. So yeah, so I hope this quote has filled us with a lot of motivation and encouragement that is required for us to keep going, right? So beautiful. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So, with that, let's move ahead. We are here with fun game, this or that. So right now it's time for you all to key in your answers in comment section, right? I'm going to give you two options and you're going to tell me what would you choose between these two options. Okay, a fun time, right? And also we'll get to know one another a little bit, right? Your taste, your dislikes. So we'll also get to know that. Okay. The first question, the first option is roller skating or skateboarding. A roller skating or skateboarding. What would you choose? Come on, please type it in the comment section. I'm seeing and I'm looking forward for your answers, for your participation here, right? So, what would you choose? Would you choose a roller skating or skateboarding? Okay, great. A lot of them are telling roller skating, and all of them skateboarding too. Yes, great. So we'll go to the next one. What would you do? Would you befriend a ghost or an alien? Befriending a ghost or an alien? Very weird question, I know it sounds, but then it's a fun time. Let's just think, if at all you had to befriend, Befriending a ghost or an alien? What would you choose? Whom would you do that? Okay, aliens. A lot of alien answers. Befriending an alien. Okay, perfect. Next one. Learning 10 new languages or being a mathematical genius? What would you choose? Would you want to learn 10 new languages or want to become a mathematical genius? I think my is already clear. Yesterday, I told you that my love for languages, I would love to learn a lot of languages. And I told you that's the basis to connect to humans, like people. We talk with different languages. The more, the merrier. I would like to learn a lot of languages. So for me, I would say learning 10 new languages. Okay, there are people who wants to be mathematical geniuses as well. Yes, I used to learn mathematics subject back in my school, but later I actually lost interest in that. How many of you actually lost interest in mathematics as you went higher in class? Share with me. As a child, I would just love mathematics class, But later I really lost interest to it. I don't know why. I'm still figuring out. Okay, great. Next one, visiting an ancient civilization or a future city. What would you want to do? Would you want to explore our ancient civilization time, or would you want to see a futurist city? Would you want to go into the future or into the past? That's the question. Okay, something ancient civilization. I share the same thing. I would like to go back and see, in ancient civilization time, how things were. I love history. I like to go back in past and see how they lived. So, yes. Okay, beautiful. So that brings us to the end of this section, this or that. I think we had a little bit of fun. Now it's time to learn, right? So, as I keep telling you, learning is an integral part of PSTV, and we are here to learn something new every day, adding to ourselves and adding value to ourselves, right? So, you learn and we grow. Yes. So, today's topic is researching for your debate, and let's start understanding what is actually researching, right? What is researching all about? So, So, researching for your debate is the topic, as I told you, and we'll first look into what is researching, and let's read through. It is systematic investigation and study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions, right? So research is not just like you go into Google and just look for some information and that's about it. No, research is much deeper, right? You actually try to understand details about the topic that you want to prepare. So it is a systematic investigation and study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. So, how does it help us to reach new conclusions? Because a lot of time we might our information is may not be up to date, right? So we need to update ourselves with the current information, with the correct things that are happening. So that's how we can actually reach into new conclusions, right? For example, we all know that there is severe damage that has been causing because of pollution, right? But to what extent is our climate getting damaged? That we will get to know only when we try to do a detailed research about that particular topic and understand the current reality. And then we come to new conclusions, whether it is improved, whether it is come down, or what's the status right now, right? Okay. And research is also an essential step to find out about the particular topic in depth. As I told you, so you need to get a detailed insight about the topic you want to present, and research helps you to get the knowledge that is required in the depth. Okay. So it can find answers to things that are unknown, filling gaps in knowledge. Definitely we are not all aware, right? We might know few things, but we definitely do not know a lot of things, right? So to fill in that gap of knowledge, we need to find answers by ourselves, and that we can do by actually doing a complete research, okay, on particular topic. So we might have a different opinion, but once we understand different articles, read through different articles, read through different perspectives coming in, we kind of actually update our knowledge and fill in those gaps in our knowledge. Okay. So it's very important to do the research, and reasons behind conducting research varies with the field and the aims. So the reason why you are actually conducting the research, it is always in relevance to the to the field in which you want to do the research. For example, if you want to understand the current situation of climate crisis, and the reason why you want to understand the current climate crisis, that will be completely unique, right? So the reason behind conducting research varies with the field and the aims you have. So next, again, trying to understand why research is important in debates. In specific, in debates, why is research important, right? So this, I'm sure you all will agree with me. For debaters, knowledge is the power, and researcher provides one with that knowledge, right? For example, story writing, right? In story writing, for that person, the creativity is the most powerful equipment, right? The person needs to be very creative if he wants to bring out new kinds of characters into the picture, right? He has to think in a very creative manner. There are a lot of stories already existing, and he has to think out of the box, right? So that is the power for a storyteller, story writer. But for a debater, it is mostly the knowledge, right? The upgradation in the knowledge, that is the key power. Okay, you have to be in par with what is the current updated um, information that is available about the particular topic. So knowledge is the power for debaters. And once you are very clear with a lot of details about the topic, confidence comes in easily. Okay, confidence, half of your confidence is like taken care if you have the complete knowledge of that particular subject. Okay, so you need to have a complete detailed knowledge of the subject, and that will take care of a lot of things. Like I said, the confidence comes naturally, right? So, yes. And any speech would be incomplete without key information and evidences to support the argumentation, right? Isn't it? So, we might talk a lot of things, right? We might tell that this is happening, that is happening. But if you don't give proper evidences, or if you don't have proper supporting uh, evidences, then not many would actually give importance to your talk, right? Because evidences is very important. How do you prove it that what you're telling is actually a fact, actually the thing that is happening out in the world? How do you prove that? By giving evidences. And where do you get that evidence from? You do your research, right? You do your research, and then you actually uh, note down all the things that you come across as evidences. Okay, so some of the important points that we're discussing here, right? Why research is important in debate. Yeah, debaters need to be well read and well researched if they are to improve in the debating arena. Right. Again, the same point I'm stressing, that if you want to be a good debater, it's very important that you are well informed about the topic that you want to present, right? And that is why research is very important in debate. Yeah, making sense? I think we are making sense so far. What we're trying to tell is the importance of research in debates. Why is it important? Okay, and next reason here we have is research generates the argumentation and evidences which can be useful in debates. Debates is all about giving evidences and telling the reasons why someone has to believe you, that if you're telling animals are being extinct because of climate crisis, right? If this is the topic, you need to have enough evidences to support this point, right? And that is why you need to do a thorough research in debates. Okay, before getting into a topic, you need to know everything possible about that topic, right? Okay, so I think we have understood so far why research, right? Why, how to do research, how to start with it. We will do it in few minutes. So before that, I'm going to go back and fill in our energies, right? So that is to have some fun, right? So we have quiz. How many of you are waiting for this? Right. Okay. So today the theme of quiz quiz here is Avengers. Okay, a famous superhero fiction like Harry Potter that we had. So today we're going to have some questions, some fun time related to the topic Avengers. Okay. So let's see in the comment section who can answer these questions. Okay, and for those who do not know or who have not much, into Avengers, it's a good time to learn about it, right? So we can learn something from this quiz, right? So the first question is something like this: who amongst the Avengers is a god? Yes, who amongst the Avengers is a god? Key in your answers in the comment section, and I'm reading them. Who knows it? Okay, time to reveal the answer. Thor, right? So, who amongst the Avengers is the god? It's the Thor. Okay, the next one. What was Black Widow's name in Avengers series? What was Black Widow's name? People come in with the answers. A lot of them, yeah, saying some answers. Okay, what's the right one? There are a lot of answers coming in. So let's check the answer. Natasha, right? What was Black Widow's name in Avengers series? It was Natasha. Okay. Next one. What is Tony Stark's superhero name? What is Tony Stark's superhero name? Answers, please. Those who are joining now can also please answer. We are talking about Avengers. And if you know answer for this, please write in the comment section. What is Tony Stark's superhero name? Okay. Answer Iron Man. Did anyone guess that? Yes, there are few who have guessed that. Okay. Next one. Who amongst the Avengers wields as shield? Who amongst the Avengers wields a shield? I'm looking for answers in the comment section. Okay. Different answers. So we will see the right answer. Captain America. Who amongst the Avengers wields a shield? Captain America. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that's the end of our quiz for today. And now we need to get back to the important learnings. So let's get back to the learnings. Here we're going to discuss now how to actually even start your research, right? How do you actually start researching about a topic? So the first thing is search about your topic in general. Okay, don't make it like you don't have to get to the precise topic. It is okay. Start with a very general topic, right? For example, if I want to talk about extinct animals, the effect of climate on extinct animals, you don't really have to type in the keywords in the beginning. You can just talk about animals, okay? Type in animals and try to then narrow it down about wild animals, right? And then slowly we get into the real topic that you want to focus on, okay? So search about your topic in general first. That's the first step to start your research with, okay? Then gradually get more narrow in terms of the content. So, as I told you, if the content that you are looking for is in relevance to extinct animals alone, you want to know the details of what are the animals that have been extinct so far, and what is the relevance here is you're looking in terms of the climate crisis, right? So then you come into the you narrow it down and then tell the exact terms which you are looking for. Okay, so first start with the general topic, animals, and then wild animals. Do a little research on wild animals and domestic animals. Like try to get all the information in general about animals, the lifestyle, where they live, right? All those things, and then you can slowly get into a detail that is extinct animals. You're trying to understand about the extinct species, the extinct animals. Okay, right. The next one is find out the common language across the articles. Okay, you have to find out common language across the articles. So what does this common language across articles mean? You might have got so many read so many articles, so many yeah, so many articles basically. But common language means in every article you will find some same sentences, same points that have been repeated in all these articles. So that's your common language across the articles, and that will actually serve as the key evidence and strongest point that you can revolve around throughout your debate. Okay, so try to find out that common language across the articles, and this is an important tool for navigating through various content most effectively. There will be a lot of content that will be available, but you're looking for a specific knowledge about extinct animals alone, right? So if you see anything regarding that, and if the same thing is repeated in many articles, then that's a point that you need to really note down. That will serve as a very strong point, because in every article they've mentioned the same point. That means it is a very valid point. Okay, so that's about common language, recognizing the common language. Next is that you collect sources. You need to collect sources. You need first for first step is that compile articles and then read them. Right? You can search in the Google bar, and you will get many articles regarding extinct animals and the effect of climate crisis, effect of climate change. Right? The climate crisis that we're facing day to day. Because of that, what are the animals that are being extinct? Right? If you search that in Google, you will find a large amount of articles coming in. So but you will select specific articles which are in focused with your topic. Okay, if you're trying to understand pros or cons of extinct animals, then you will download articles which are in relevance to that, researches that are in favor of cons, like what are the disadvantages that we're facing because of climate crisis. So you download articles only of that, right? And then you compile all those articles. First you compile them, right? And then you actually go into reading each section, right? Organize them together in a folder and then read one by one. Okay, so what happens is you download, you read, and then again you download another article, then read. It will actually dilute the subject. You will not be actually reading it with a particular focus that is required while you have to do a research. So basically in research what happens is you first collect the resources. Okay, you just collect it. You don't have to read them. Just collect it and organize it in one particular folder. Then actually you go into reading section. Okay, so make sure to include in your document titles the reason why you wanted to consider that article. So there will be a particular reason why you downloaded that particular article, isn't it? So you would have seen that they're talking about a region specific point of view. So if you downloaded that article to understand about that particular region, how animals have been extinct in that particular region, then you simply key it in your document that I want to understand about this particular region, right? In terms of regions, I want to understand the effect. So that is why I've downloaded this. So you key in the reason why you wanted to consider that particular article when you downloaded that article. Okay. So next one is peruse through and narrow down the topic. So the word peruse is used very deliberately here, and peruse means that you actually go through the topic thoroughly. right? You actually try to read every word in that article so that you can narrow down to the topic, right? So you need to peruse through, that means read through completely and then narrow down the topic. Okay, read down the articles thoroughly and highlight the important points in them. Take a marker, it really helps, right? When you can have a marker, use different colors. I would say using different color markers is also very beneficial when you are because articles will have so much of content in it. Sometimes it's very easy to lose the important points in it. So it's very useful to use colorful highlighters and highlight them. Okay, so you can highlight something about the number, that if something is related to the number, so this many number of animals were there and now only these many animals are there. Okay, if something related to number, use one color, right? In every article across, use that one color when you are trying to get details about in terms of number. Okay, and you can use another color to highlight about the effect of pollution. If there is some um, points which is written in specific with pollution, then you highlight those points in another color, and across the articles you maintain that color code. So you know, when you see the article, you know that these are the points that I can talk on effect of pollution on animals. These are the points I can talk under effect of plastic usage under for extinct animals, right? So you use different color codes to highlight the important points. Okay, organize the highlighted parts together in your notes. Now, the next step is collect all those important points which you have highlighted and then make your own notes. Make your own notes and put only these highlighted points. An article will give you an elaborate explanation about so many things, right? But you want the precise points, the important points alone to be remembered, right? So for that, what you have to do is you highlight first, highlight the points, and then put them together in your own notes. Okay, create another Word doc, another separate Word document, and say final. Okay, this is the final points that I want to consider. Okay, so the next one is, now try to narrow down the content and focus only on material which stresses on your topic. Okay, so the more narrower you get into the topic, now you need to get rid of everything that is not really important for your specified topic. Okay, so slowly you will eliminate all the things which is not in relevance to the topic that you are focusing, and then you stress upon only the topic you want to focus. So we started with a very wide topic, and then you slowly narrow it down. Okay, that's how that's how a research point of view will work. Now, to identify the key points that can make your argument stand out, first you need to identify your strong points, and this can be called your strong points. Okay, so there will be many minute details, but there also will be something which is very important, right? There will be some very important points as well. So you need to segregate them into strong points and something which is like, not so very important. There are some minute details that you want to consider. Okay, so identify your strong points and separate them out, and these can be called as your strong points around which you can have your whole debate developed. Okay, develop your argument around your strong points first as much as possible, and then get into the further specifics and details. Okay, right. Now it is very common, not it's very common that sometimes we do forget points. We might have like so many points that you have researched, right? But when you go onto the stage, like as a debater, you go onto the stage, you see that you will be forgetting points slowly, right? So for that, you can actually prepare some filters. Okay, you can prepare some filters, and these filters, how they help is that these filters can actually be some facts, some quotes, okay, regarding a topic, or even sometimes relevant jokes. Okay, something relevant to your topic, you can put in facts and quotes relevant to it, and that can act as fillers when you are trying to forget some points. You can just bring in some quotes at that point of time, which is in regard with your topic. Okay, and actually by doing this, you know what, it also makes a debater look more confident, alongside making his or her speech wholesome, right? It's just you kind of add some humor into it, right? By just telling some relevant jokes in respect to your topic. So it kind of gives that feeling that okay, this person has a holistic approach. Okay, yes. So then you have, I have another key tip that helps you in debate, that is to prepare debate cards. Okay, now what is this preparing debate cards mean? Debating cards are nothing but speakers need to use debate cards to write down the components of speech to be delivered. So the components of speech will be something like you can give a small intro. So you can have a debate card that, you know, okay, there first comes an intro to my topic, how I selected this topic, and then you can have next debate card where you can talk about why you actually chose this topic. Okay, so you can have next segment why specifically you chose this topic. Okay, and then you have other sections like, you know, this is my first point, this is my strongest point. Next debate card is I'm going to start with this point, this is my strongest point, and then I'm going to back it up with this particular point. So this is how your debate cards will help you to deliver your speech in a whole manner, and you don't forget them. So when you have a well structured debate card, it ensures that all the points are shared and utilized during the debate. So quickly you can look into your debate cards and say that, you know, at any point of your time and at any point of, you know, while debate is happening, you can see that have I covered this point. You can simply have some debate cards like, you know, this is my first strong point, this is my second point that I want to consider, and this is in light of pollution, this is in light of plastic pollution, right? Different sections you can have, make them into debate cards, and then you can have a look, have I covered this point, have I covered this point, right? It's just the key points that you can write in your debate card, so that it will just help you, like, you know, it helps you as a trigger that, you know, oh, this is what I actually noted down under this topic, and now I can present this, right? So that is how your debate cards will ensure to make sure that all the points that you have uh, come across in your various articles, you share them and it is completely utilized during your debate. Okay, so it will also actually give you confidence. You will not actually feel scared that, you know, oh, what if I forget this point? No problem, you have your debate cards ready to give you that backup. Okay, so I hope we have understood different sections of research, how to go about research. So let me just summarize to you that, you know, while you want to start researching, the first thing is to search your topic in a broader section, right? You don't have to narrow down the topic. You can just key in, like I was giving an example of understanding about extinct animals, right? You can just key in animals, right? Try to understand in general about animals, the wild animals, the domestic animals, everything, and then you can know slowly narrow it down to your specific topic. Okay, start with the broad topic. First one is start with a broader topic. Okay, then try to actually download all the articles that give information about your specific topic. Once you get into a narrow topic, you know that you're talking about extinct animals, so try to download all the articles which talk about giving information and giving evidences and the researches that have been done in regard to extinct animals. So you download all those articles. First you download, get your content, right? Just download and keep it. And then the third segment is where you actually write down under each article why you actually downloaded that particular article, right? In that article, did you see that there are specific evidences given in terms of research, or is there some evidences that is given in terms of numbers, right? Is there some reasons why it's is there some reasons that they have mentioned that plastic also has a huge role to play for extinct animals, right? So write down under each article why you downloaded that article, okay? And then in the fourth step, what you do is that you start reading each article in depth. Okay, in depth you start reading your every article, and then use highlighters. I said use highlighters of different color so that you can differentiate. As you see, you know that, and have a color code, right? Have a color code which will really help us, right, to differentiate. Okay, this is the topic which is actually talking in favor of the topic, and these are the sentences that I've come across which are talking against the topic, right? So have a color code for yourself and highlight those sentences in that particular article. Okay, so then as I told you, to have some debate cards, right? Prepare some debate cards. Debate cards are nothing but to write down key points on that, okay? So I need to have an intro. I need to tell why I actually chose this topic, right? Personally, if you have something that you want to tell why specifically you chose this topic, you can tell about that. So you can say in first debate card, you can write, the small intro about the topic. The second debate card, you can write why I have chosen this topic for debate. The next segment, you can write the strong point, the main point which I'm going to talk about. Then you can talk about the secondary, tertiary, and so forth, right? Reasons to support your debate. Okay. Then now, what we're going to do is the practice round. We're going to practically apply everything that we have learned so far in this practice round. The topic for practice round today is something like this. This house proposes that handmade paper is an eco-friendly substitute to usual paper, right? So this is the topic for discussion. This is the topic for debate. That how many people actually agree that handmade paper is an eco-friendly substitute to usual paper, right? So if there are people who wants to talk for the topic, we need to start collecting info and evidences and reasons that support that yes, handmade papers is an eco-friendly substitute to usual paper. And if you want to talk against, then we have to do our research accordingly, right, where you get evidences which supports why handmade papers is not an eco-friendly substitute when you're talking against this topic. Okay, so we will see the first thing how to start. So start your search with a broad topic. For this, the broad topic would be like, what is handmade paper? You can simply try to understand what is handmade paper, right? And try to read as many articles about it as you can. Download as many articles as much possible to understand what is a handmade paper. Okay, and try to read as many articles about it. Next, find out if it is an eco-friendly option or not. Actually, in reality, is this an actual eco-friendly option or not? The handmade paper, right? Then you will get a lot of evidences, a lot of supporting details, which will tell in favor of this topic. Right. If your stance in the debate is pre-decided, make sure to research from that perspective. Right. For meaning that if you've still not decided, like whether you want to talk for the topic that is positive about the topic, or if you want to actually talk against the topic, right? If you're still not decided, it's a good time to actually start looking from the perspective. See how many points are there, how many articles are you coming across the positive points about this topic, and how many articles are they actually stating the negative points about this topic. So that will actually help you to decide whether you want to talk for or against based on the amount of information that is available. Okay, so if you have more information about pros of this topic, well and good. You can actually choose now that you want to talk for the topic. You can take a stance that I want to talk for the topic. Okay, all the points that is in favor of this topic. Okay, next is preparing the fillers. As I told you, you can actually note down some quotes, you can note down some relevant jokes, right, which can be used as fillers. And when do you use fillers? Because we are bound to forget some points sometimes, and when you are not getting some points to talk about the topic, you can simply talk about the quotes that you prepared as a filler. Okay, so that will also give us a wholesome approach, I said, right? Then you can prepare debate cards, right? So you can also prepare debate cards in a light of handmade paper is an eco-friendly substitute than the normal paper. So you prepare debate cards like, what are the different ways handmade papers are made, right? So you can also have another debate card where you can give examples like some of the brands that are working on handmade papers, why they're shifting from normal paper to handmade paper, what are their point of views. So you can have debate cards specifying this company has changed from usual paper to handmade paper and what is it that they want to say about this. And next you can give another example on why handmade papers are more on getting more attention these days, right? So you can try to talk about that. Okay, so first is try to download as many articles possible about the topic that you are looking for. For example, here, handmade paper is a better substituent than the normal paper. So try to download all the articles which have done a research, which kind of give you evidences that handmade papers are getting attention these days, and why they're getting attention. It will be explained in detail in those articles. Okay, so compile all the articles and then starting those articles, read articles in depth. Okay, read everything that is given in that article and highlight the major points. And I told that you can use different colors and give a different color code. Maybe in the same article you will see some pros of this topic, and at the same time they will also set the disadvantage of using eco-friendly, right? What are the disadvantages that you might face? Okay, so highlight these points in different colors. And then the next segment is, if at all you have not decided on which side to talk, whether you want to talk for the topic or whether you want to talk against the topic. If you have not yet decided, then it is a good time. When you're reading articles, you'll get that idea. For example, if you're going through many articles and you're seeing that in all the articles, the common language is that eco-friendly handmade papers are the way forward. If this is what is mentioned in many articles, then you can confidently choose for, I want to talk for the topic, and this is a good way to go forward because you have a lot of evidences already there in your research papers. Okay, then you can mention them. So the later part, we also saw how to prepare fillers. Fillers are when you are forgetting your points, when we are bound to forget sometimes some points. So you can have fillers like quotes, some examples, some real-time examples if you have from your life that you have shifted from usual paper to eco-friendly paper, then you can use that as a filler. Okay, and then also prepare debate cards to just make sure that you're covering all the points that you have researched. Okay, debate cards. Um, then most importantly, try to be confident, right? Confidence actually wins half of the show. Okay, so research will give you first half confidence, and you being confident on the stage with a beautiful smile on your face, and giving that positivity, that itself will win half of your show. Okay, so yes, that is what we have seen so far. Now it is time to evaluate what we have learned so far. Okay, So I'm going to ask you questions, and you will tell me whether it is a true fact or false. Okay. The first one is researching is reading a single article on any given topic. Is it true? Is it true? Researching is all about reading one single article or many more topics. What do you feel? Is the statement true or false? Researching article, researching is all about reading one single article or many articles. It is reading many more articles, right? It's not just reading one single article and then telling that I have done my research. No, you need to read many more articles, a lot of articles. Okay, so the answer is false, right? Right. So the answer is false. The next question here is researching is important in debates because it provides information and evidences to support argumentation. True or false? Why do we have to do research? Research, does it actually provide all the important points, all the important informations and evidences to support our argumentation? Right, it is. So that is why we do our research, so that we can get enough evidences to support our argumentation, right? So next one. Collecting various sources is not an important step while researching. Collecting various sources is not an important step while researching. True or false? Don't we have to actually collect various resources if you want to have a thorough, detailed information about a particular topic? We need to, right? So this statement is false. Okay, it is a false statement. Next one. Debate cards are facts or quotes that one uses as fillers while debating. Is it true? Are debating cards used to talk about the facts and quotes and use it as fillers? No, right? So debate cards are actually used to help you to remember the important structure, like what will you tell first and what you will tell next, right? What are the important solid points that you have, right? And then what are the supporting minute details that you can talk about. So that is what you do in your debate cards to make sure that you don't forget all the points that you have researched and kept. Okay, so debate cards actually help you to use all the information that you have. Okay, so now it's a time to actually and give you some homework or like some food for thought, and you can actually read through a book that I'm going to suggest right now so that you can learn more about researching for a particular topic. Okay, so there is this beautiful book, um, I'm going to present, which is called Basic Debate. Okay, Basic Debate by McGraw-Hill. Now you can actually look up on this book online, or you can also order it and read directly. And I would always love to read books directly rather than reading online. Okay, it's good to feel the book and to have it in front of you. That feel is kind of very different. Okay, so you can actually download this book, Basic Debate, or buy this book and read about this book. There is a lot of information, useful content, which is specifically aimed specifically at students. And this book provides an all-around introduction. Uh, Topics covered ranges from research techniques to strategies for reasoning and ethical consideration, right? So this book has a lot of information that we can learn about debate. Okay, the introduction to debate, some basic terminologies that we read yesterday, and the topics covered are from research techniques, as we discussed right now, what are the research techniques that you can use, to strategies which you can employ while you're actually getting ready for debate. What are the strategies that you can use? And also good reasonings for ethical considerations. Okay, so some of the ethical point of view, how to tackle them, how to present your viewpoints when it comes to ethics, right? So this is a beautiful book. I would recommend everyone to read to get insights about debate. Okay, so with that, we are closing for today. And I will just quickly give you an overview of what we did today. So from yesterday, we have started the new topic, debating, and we have understood what is debate. Debate is basically having two teams, right? Having two balanced teams, I must say, and these two teams are going to talk for a topic and against topic. One team will talk for the topic, support, giving all the supporting details why they support the particular topic, and there's another topic who talks against the topic. So they provide all the supporting details why they are against that particular topic. Okay, so debating is for and against, standing for a topic, standing against the topic, and you shared your opinions, your perspectives from that point of view. Okay, and then we saw some terminologies which is very much in, very much used in debate subject. So first one is the speakers in debate are called debaters. Okay, so the team A and team B, these two people are called debaters and not speakers. Okay, and then the next terminology that we saw is cross examination. That means you get a chance to cross question the other party if you have a question, or if you want to say that, if you want to question their idea itself, how is it that this is supporting the point? I don't think this is supporting the point. So you can question them. Okay. So that is cross examination that happens. And next we saw terminologies, that is affirmative side. Affirmative side is the side which gives the positive, the pros of the topic. We saw negative side. The negative side is the side which talks against the topic. Okay, the negative side. And then we also had words like refutal and rebuttal. Refutal is trying to talk in defense. So this party will, the team A will give points against the particular person, and rebuttal is counteracting the other party, right? So refutal and rebuttal. So these were some of the basic terminologies that we saw in debating yesterday. And today we went ahead to know the research section, right? So how do we go about researching a particular topic? And in that we always start with a large topic, right? With a large, with a not very specific, but you start with a larger view. Okay, so then you start narrowing down to your specific topic, and then you download all the articles which have given information about that particular topic. And once you download and write down under each article, why did you download that article? Is it that they're giving some scientific evidences about the topic, or is it that they're giving some numerological in terms of numbers? In terms of numbers, are they giving some statistics about that particular topic, right? Or are they actually giving some direct prose of that particular topic? So you will write down under each article why you downloaded that particular article, and then you will file it in one particular document. And then you start actually reading one by one the articles in depth, and highlight all the important points. And this you can make it like, your own color codes. You can use different highlighters and use different um, markers, different colored markers to highlight different points. So this point is actually in favor of the topic. So this color will suggest that these are the points which are against this topic. At the end, you will be able to see how many points do you have for the topic, and how many points you have against the topic. And based on that, you can very well decide which stance you want to take, whether you want to take the stance for the topic or against the topic. Okay, so this is how your research will go on. Okay, and you can have fillers in between. If at all you feel that you're forgetting some topics, you can use these fillers, and the fillers can be quote, a filler can be a fact, a filler can be some relevant jokes as well. Okay, so to just add in that humor into it, okay, and lighten that atmosphere, right? While having debate, it's usually very focused, and you're trying to put your uh, your point forth, and then see that you will win the competition. So you can actually use these fillers to lighten up that atmosphere, right? The quotes and some jokes relevant to the topic and facts related to that. And then we talked about debate cards. Now, debate cards are something which will help us to keep track of, have I covered everything that I have researched so far? Have I covered all the points, right? So you can have a debate card intro. I'm going to talk about the intro. Have you finished the intro? Right. Next, the debate card, you can have a key point that, I'm going to talk about why specifically I chose to talk for the topic, right? You will have a debate card to just remind you that you have to talk about this topic. And then you can have a solid point, the support, very important point that you have come across in all the articles. That can be a solid point. And then you can have sub topics under it, right? The minute details that you want to give in favor of your topic or against your topic. Okay, so this is how your research will be, right? Your research will take place in this order. Okay, right. So beautiful. So today we have come to end of this session, understanding in depth everything that we need to know about researching for a debate topic. When you're trying to research on a particular debate topic, how do you go ahead? That's what we have discussed today. And I've also given a recommendation that to read. Recommendation of the day is a book which is called Basic Debate, and I'll show you that again. So it is by McGraw-Hill, and a very beautiful book which will give you a lot of insights, and specifically it is targeted to the students' point of view. Okay, so you can read that book, and it's beautiful. Okay, so Basic Debate is the book that I have recommended for all of you to read. Okay, by McGraw-Hill. Great. So, what's next in our next episode? We are going to talk about the 5 W's of researching for debate. Okay, what are the 5 W's that we can ask ourselves while we are doing a research to research while we're doing a research for our debate? Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about in our next session, and I'm going to see you all on Monday at 5 p.m. back. Okay, so with this, we close this session for today. And as I tell you, you are awesome, be yourself, and be ready to do great things because you are the future of the world. Yes. So, with that positive note, I take a leave and see you all on Monday. Take care. Bye bye. And have fun because it's weekend. Tomorrow is weekend. And I hope you have a lot of things lined up to do, right? Okay. Enjoy your weekends. Okay. Great. Bye. Take care and see you on Monday.